Now this is the first plant that I found just out the back lane. This is Malice Lavatory, and there's a dog barking. This is Malice Lavatory. Now the Rome is really soft. The Romans would wipe their asses with this, and you can also eat it. Obviously those two you want to keep apart, really. Now, so I wouldn't use it on its own. I tend not to. I tend to mix it with a load of other leaves if I'm making something, because on its own it's not great, but nice bulky plant. There you go, have a proper look. That's one. It's dandelion, but you know, there's loads of videos about that. I'm not going to talk about that. Hawthorn Blossom. So include May blossom. It's a bit early this year, coming out just before May. And my favourite trick with this is just stick it, pick some of the blossoms and the leaves, half fill, say a pint container, then top it up with brandy, and then leave that to infuse for just 3 days. Filter that out, and you've got this kind of Turkish delight flavoured liqueur. It's delicious. A bit of sort of apricot. You can kind of taste a little bit of apricot, a little bit kind of probably cyanide, isn't it? Flavour coming from. So that's cool. Yeah. Okay, another plant here. Loads of it. Wild garlic. See this stuff? I guess it's got to that point where it's unmistakable. I'm eating that flowering bud. Just on its own like that. It's a burst of garlic. What I like to do is just sort of rest a few on top of a dish. Say get a nice lasagna or something with a little bit of garlic on the top, or something that maybe lends itself to garlic a little bit more, like a risotto or something like that, you know. And then you just put a few of those bulbs just on the top, sprinkling it around. A bit later on when the flowers come out, they can go on top of salads. You can use those raw, but I like to just cook these out a little bit. And the leaves are beginning to get a bit more tough, so I didn't sort of say the ubiquitous garlic pesto, which you still can make, but I think I prefer it earlier in the year. So the tip here is to go through the leaves and see, look, if you go a bit underneath, there's some of the littler leaves. Now those, much softer, much more succulent, not like the top leaves. So you can get like 3 different harvests at this time of year. And then when the seeds come out, you can still look and you can do other things with the seeds, but perhaps I'll do that next video. So yeah, wild garlic. Don't get it confused with lords and ladies. Don't get it confused. Let's show some lords and ladies. I'll find some. That grows in similar habitat. This time of year it's a bit easier to tell apart, but nonetheless, this is lords and ladies. This is wild garlic. Okay, so the botanists are quite different, but you know, I don't know what you're like. So there we go, there's those two properly. Plant number, oh, I can't do it. Let's zoom out. 4. I want to do that, but twice. Is, oh fuck, what's it called? Edit over the top. Cuckooflower. Caramine pratensis. So, I get bored of myself saying great for salad this time of year. I can hear it when I'm giving like organised walks, and it just sounds like I'm saying the same thing. But these are the salad days. These are the days where there's loads of salad plants around. And then you're thinking, is this for me? I mean, he's walking through a woodland. Listen carefully. Amongst the birdsong you can hear construction noise. I'm in the middle of the city. Just find your green spaces, they're out there. Keep looking. A friend of mine said, oh, I live in Manchester, there's nowhere green spaces. I looked it up on Google Maps, there's loads. It was like the 7th most green city in the UK. So just keep looking. What's the taste of that? Well, it's a brassica, so it's got that kind of mustardy flavour. It's got a little tang to it. So I quite like it, just used sparingly because there's not many around. And you know, I don't feel right taking too many of them. So just take a couple of flowers here and there and leave the rest for the bees, leave the rest for the next generation. With plants like that, where they're few and far between, you don't want to go nicking them all. You start nicking them all, do you know what will happen? They won't go back the next year, will they? Shooting yourself in the foot. Alright. So yeah, this time of year as well, like, you've got to watch out for these people. There's loads of them all over the place. Let's say quietly in case anyone listens to elves. And they're all over the place, and they will hide underneath the leaves of wild garlic. You'll also sort of see them resting on little acorns. They like to use the shell of an acorn from the year before as a hat. Well, that, and yeah, they're a menace really. Like, you can stick your basket down and not think anything of it, come back and it's empty because they've moved it all back into their house. And they also like sometimes bite your leg. Yeah, so be careful of them. Things to come. Okay, so number 5. This is the last one. I'm not going to use that last one. I mean, yeah, this is number 5. Primrose. This is the ideal conditions for them. They're growing kind of on a hillside. Okay, it's got this big path running through it, but it's a hillside, and it's the sunny side. There's the sun. It's the sunny side of a hillside, and they just sort of start flowering up. So what have I done with these? Well, that's better, it's in focus. I've turned them into, I've pickled the flowers and put them in with a kimchi, with various other flowers, with magnolia buds and things like that. But again, it's another salad. It's a nice easy one. So okay, I guess this was 5, was it 5 salad things and 1 other? Yeah. So there's a sweetness. It's quite lovely actually. There's a sweetness, floral flavour to it, sort of slightly lifting, like flavour, if you know what I mean. But they're nice, and you eat the leaves as well. So again, toss them in a salad. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.